to Venezuela Insider, the only place in Venezuela for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, venezuelainsider.com. Today, we're talking about the 5 cities that you should consider if you want to invest on real estate here in Venezuela. Now, first, disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence for one part. And the other thing is I'm talking about investment. And I like Benjamin Graham, I like Warren Buffett. They separate investing from speculation. Investing is when something doesn't have to happen, something bizarre, go up, go down. You get a cash flow, you get something, you are buying something and you're getting something without expecting anything else though. We're going to review the 5 cities that you should consider if you want to invest on real estate in Venezuela. Number 5 is San Cristobal. San Cristobal is on the state of Táchira, that is a nearby state to Colombia. So it shares its border with, of course, the country of Colombia. This is the only city that is on between an investment and a speculation. And here's why. San Cristobal doesn't have a pretty strong economy. The Táchira state doesn't have a strong economy. However, since that is close to Colombia, and actually San Cristobal is just on an hour drive away from Colombia, and since the border between Venezuela and Colombia had been reopened, and right now we are having commercial trade between both countries since late of last year, it's a great place to speculate and until a certain point invest. So San Cristobal, it's a beautiful city. Actually, I love the weather over there. Number 5. Number 4, we have Margarita Island. But of course, Margarita is not a city, is an island. You see that on the name. Margarita is divided on a few municipalities, and the most important ones, the most population is located, and the most of the amenities are on Por la Mar and Pampatar. So between those cities is where I will invest. Actually, it was close to doing something over there on Margarita Island a couple years ago. And here's what you have to know about Margarita. Margarita is the main touristic hub here in Venezuela by a mile. It has the best infrastructure, care for tourists, especially international tourists, and the most amenities and the most offers of goods and services for travel. Now, Margarita, the thing is that Margarita is, the main industry is tourism. And tourism is not a high added value industry. So what you're gonna find here is that the locals are usually doesn't have a great purchasing power, and if you buy a property over there and things go south, it's gonna be hard to liquidate the property and cash flow it on long term. So the main takeaway about investing on real estate in Margarita is that it's a seasonal gig that you can cash flow for tourism on short-term leasing. Number 3 is Valencia. Valencia, you can argue that after Caracas is the most important city within Venezuela. Now, something you have to know about Valencia is that it's known for being the industrial capital of the country, and of course, due to the economic recession that we had last decade, the infrastructure for the industry, for manufacturing, has been decimated. However, it is one of the main cities that it's been experimenting some growth on the past few years, so the real estate is picking up. Valencia is a beautiful city, it's a posh city, especially on the northern side of the country, on the city, I'm sorry. and you can find decent properties over there. However, to your due diligence, it's a beautiful city, and also you have to take into account that it is close to Puerto Cabello, that is the main port, the shipping port in Venezuela. Number two, we have Lecheria, and of course, my hometown. The thing about Lecheria is located on the east side of the country and actually just a 4 or 5 hour drive from Caracas. Is very important the city because it's located between Barcelona and Puerto La Cruz. There are two major cities not only on the state of Anzoátegui but also on the country itself. These cities are very important on industrial, on oil and gas. We have one of the main sites of PDVSA. The PDVSA is the state-owned oil company. So we have a very diversified economy on the northern side of the state, and of course, Lecheria is the most important residential hub for such industries. And of course, the city is pretty much new. It's a brand new city. It has only 30 years old, as we know it. And if the economy keeps growing and keeps growing, Lecheria is poised to see the real estate prices growing on the next few years. So it's a beautiful city. Also, it's one of the safest, it's the safest city in Venezuela and arguably in Latin America. So it's a beautiful city and it's strategically located on the east side of the country. So real estate over there, you might check it out. And the first city for investing on real estate in Venezuela is Caracas on the east side. And please listen, it's only on the east side of Caracas that I recommend it. And of course, the east side of Caracas is very big. You have places like Chacao, Baruta, the municipalities, and smaller places. I'm talking Las Mercedes, I'm talking Altamira, I'm talking Prados del Este, maybe El Cafetal. I'm not an expert on the Caracas real estate market, however, I'm a connoisseur. And what I will say about Caracas is that, of course, the capital and the biggest city by far on Venezuela is the most important city on Venezuela, I have to say. And getting a decent real estate property over there, if you know what you're doing, it wouldn't be a bad business overall. You can get cash flow, renting it for business travelers or renting it long term for many institutions, companies, both public and private, that work within Caracas. So, East Caracas is way safer. That I'm talking with the safety, the personal safety, compared to the west side, and you are close to the most of the not only the amenities but also the businesses and the companies that set up shop within Caracas and of course within Venezuela. Thank you for watching Venezuela Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. You want to work with us? VenezuelaInsider.com. Thanks again. Have a nice day.